right, let's say hello and welcome to the Holy Hour podcast. It's the bi-weekly All Cure podcast. I'm Gavin. I'm joined by Chaz, and today we have a very special guest that we've been trying to lock down for weeks now, years now maybe, who knows, but we're happy to welcome Chrissy from the James Dobson's Bastard Kids podcast with Chaz. Welcome, Chrissy.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm super excited and a little nervous, to be quite honest.
You should be.
Oh no, don't be nervous.
I don't know like names and dates the way Chaz knows names and dates. I like things based off of vibe.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't always know exactly, when it happened, but that's okay. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's all fine in the Cure world. We'll fumble through things. You don't have to. It's not a trivia show or anything. You don't have to. We won't just ramble off B-sides at you and be like, "What? You don't know that?" So, a lot of layers to the Cure fandom cake. I think it's all good.
I still think the Julies was like the most informative fan show we've ever done. It's like, okay, you guys should do the podcast and I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah, it's funny because those band ones are always the ones that are in the back of my head. I'm like, well, if the Cure doesn't even come up, it's not a big deal. We're just talking to the band, and they were like, totally rattling off stuff at the top of their head. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, let's get into it. It's like, this is more Cure-ish than most our Cure episodes. So, you never know. And that's part of the beauty. So it's always fun just to hash out what you feel and what you know. And we're going to get into Chrissy's Cure origin tale and all that good stuff. But, it's great to have you and talk with you again, because last time I was on your podcast, I joined you guys for the Petra series, which was very informative and enlightening. And so the bar is set high. Hopefully the Cure can live up to the Petra talk that we had over on your episode there. So it's going to be a challenge, but I think we can do it. I guess we'll just kick off too. There's been a lot of, as far as Cure news, there's never a lot, but some updates and some things that have happened that I've mentioned in the past episodes, but haven't got to discuss with actual humans. So I would love to hear you guys' opinion. We have up to 19 festival shows been announced now as of for next summer in 2026, European festival dates. So, I won't rattle them all off, but we've had some newer ones in Bulgaria and Romania announced, and Portugal, and 3 nights in Berlin now, and those are sounding cool because they're going to be more proper Cure shows, it sounds like, than the festival ones with the whole lineup, and you have to guess which day they're playing on and stuff like that, it looks like. But,
3 nights in Berlin sounds like a World War II spy movie.
Yeah, totally. Who knows what's gonna happen there? So that'd be pretty wild.
It seems like it's setting up the pattern that they did in 2022 and 2023, right? Those years?
2019 actually. That was all like pre-COVID, and then the official tours kicked in later. But yeah, it is looking a lot like I forgot how thorough that one was too. I looked back at it, and they were all over the place. They were playing in like Fiji and stuff by the end there. That was like, but these are getting packed now. It's like June's pretty much filled up, and July, and a lot of these are all going to be on the weekends. So it's kind of like the whole summer is pretty much covered now. So that's pretty cool. I guess just on the top, we chatted a little bit about it, Chaz, but any desire to fly to, I mean, I'm sure there's a desire there, Chrissy, but you going to Europe to see the Cure by any chance?
I mean, my biggest fear, and this is honest, I would be scared I wouldn't be let back in the country. Like that's honestly like my biggest fear is like if I left the country, they would be like, oh, we looked over your social media while you were gone, and what's all this stuff? And I'm just like, I don't even, like, I hate you guys. What do you want me to do?
Like, find something on him. He's not allowed.
You got me.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
We've been warned
like,
about you.
like if I'm honest, if anything, and I fucking hate you guys. So what do we got to do? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's all these pictures of your face hanging up in customs.
Oh yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Do not let this man back in.
Yeah. If this was normal times, I would probably say yes. I feel like we're gonna, like, not to be dark, but I feel like we're gonna hit a financial wall soon.
Yeah.
In this country, and it's gonna be hard to do just about anything. So in an ideal world, I would probably be talking to my wife, and I'd be like, hey, you just, because she got a big promotion at work, I'd be like, hey, let's go to Europe for a couple
Ireland trip or something.
Maybe a couple days, maybe a week or two. We can travel around, go to Berlin for maybe 3 nights.
Yeah.
You always wanted to visit your motherland.
So. How about you, Chrissy?
I would love to. I mean, you said they're in Portugal.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is
June
Portugal
7th.
awesome, it's like a 6-hour flight from Miami. So it's not like horrible.
Wow. Yeah.
Not like.
Oh, that's Philadelphia to LA.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
No. So I could do it, but again, like, you know, we got this here shut down, and you know, a lot of things. I would like to get through Christmas before I start planning any more European vacations. But
yeah, it's probably wise. You don't want to start laying down that credit card right now.
Unless I somehow end up on Poke the Pig and I get a free vacation.
Totally. I've been meaning to rewatch that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Sexual Awakening to Beverly D'Angelo in that movie. But yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I would love to go. Just like last time when they were doing all these festivals.
Yeah.
And we got jealous. But in the end, they came over here and we got to see them 5 times. We probably could. You made it 6, right?
Yeah.
So
added the Miami one on, but
I mean, there were opportunities to go other places too that we could have taken advantage of, but like it's we got to see them more here than we would have been over in festivals, and I would rather see them in an intimate concert here than in a giant music festival. So
yeah, that's the 2 things. It's like it makes it harder, especially with all those other factors when it's a festival and not a proper show, you know, because it's gonna be a little shorter and a little safer set list and stuff like that. So probably not as worth it. But yeah, I guess that's the more realistic question. Then I guess is, will they add any U.S. ones on? Again, we were kind of thinking that the whole idea of coming to America probably might not be top of their list right now.
Yeah.
And they just are kind of running out of summer. So I guess the most hopeful still would be like Riot Fest in September and Austin City Limits in October, like they did in 2019. And maybe they would do a little Pasadena redo kind of thing like they did out there, where they kind of make their own festival for a one-off in California or something. But hard to say. But it is still mathematically possible looking at the calendar, you know. So we'll see. And who knows? Maybe they could add something in May before it all starts. But yeah, I'm not too hopeful on this round. I think whatever comes will probably be the next batches. They're probably letting the dumpster fire settle too. Wouldn't be a bad idea for them. See what happens. I'm thinking probably spring 2027 here. Yeah. Like a huge tour like they did last time. So that's my guess. It just sucks we gotta wait, but they're a European band, so yeah, exactly. It would make more sense that they do this. Yeah, and they might even do like a proper European tour after this first, so that would even bump it a little bit. But I guess the only other update real quick was I tried to just throw a shout out to it on Instagram, but there's that it's called the Keyboard Chronicles podcast, and they did a really good interview with Roger O'Donnell on it. And it's a lot of technical keyboard talk. And the first part of it's just kind of walking through his early day careers and such, which if you haven't heard is always, pretty interesting. But it's really good. It's just like the guy was asking really good questions, and especially about the second part of it. It's totally recommend it to anyone that hasn't checked it out yet, and just get like a lot of good insight from Roger on keyboards and his inspirations and stuff. But then like just being in the Cure and stuff, and even very diplomatic, but he does get into Ross Robinson a bit, which was hilarious and awesome. so he basically says it was not the best experience working on the self-titled album, and then just says he refuses to play anything off of 413.
Wow.
He was like, he kind of jokes and blames it on because it's the album he's not on, and stuff, and even Wish he kind of throws into that, but.
What do you mean? He doesn't like his part in Edge of a Deep Green Sea?
Yeah.
Does he talk about that?
No, but he kind of hints at that. He said he calls them his sabbatical albums that he wasn't on. He's like, I don't like playing on any of those. And one spoiler, they asked him what's one Cure song that he could never play again and be happy, and he said "Friday I'm in Love." So
really?
He said, he said he never liked it though. To be fair, so but that's on Wish, so maybe he just doesn't like that there isn't really a solid keyboard part. But yeah, I feel like there'd be other ones I'd be happy to retire before that for sure. But yeah, no. Pretty funny that he was willing to throw it down and didn't just be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's always very pleasantly outspoken. So totally recommend it. It's the Keyboard Chronicles podcast. Check it out. It's like 2 parts. It's a good, lengthy, in-depth interview with Roger.
I'll never forget when I recommend when he put his self-titled out, or the album he put out a couple of years ago. And I was just like, oh, this really sounds like somewhat like Godspeed You, Black Emperor. And he commented, I'm going to check them out. And I was just like, oh my God.
Like, whoa, shit. You listened to that?
Yeah. And then my friend at Trader Joe's sent, who's friends with him, sent him a picture of a t-shirt that I made that I gave to her. And he said, very cool.
Hey.
Very cool. Yeah, and he's got a new solo album coming out
I can't wait.
on Halloween. So yeah, it's a more electronic one, so that's a cool.
Are we going to review it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It comes out on Halloween, I think. Yeah, or maybe on his birthday, I think, which is like the 29th, I believe. So.
Ooh, a Scorpio.
So yeah, we'll give it a listen. That might be a cool episode coming up. We'll give it the old review there. And
maybe
see if
we can get him on if we suck up to him. Like, hey, we got Dave Allen. We got Phil Thornley.
You can promote your new album.
Yeah, we got the MC Back Commander at one point.
Yeah, so, we're creditable. We're in the Curipedia. Come on.
Yeah.
And this episode will come out after Halloween, but I have to ask you guys, did you have a good Halloween? I guess any Robert Smith costume ideas? I had written in notes to talk to Chrissy. Had you mentioned you were going to do a Robert Smith possibly at one point?
I did do it.
Or did I?
No, I did
that?
do it.
You did it. You did. Cool.
Everybody thought I was Sue.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I didn't pull it off. I should have carried a guitar behind my back all night.
Yeah.
But the teased up hair, and I didn't realize until I tried to do it as a woman how much Robert's makeup looks like Susie's makeup.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
If you get Susie, that's pretty spot on. Like usually if they're like, are you Elizabeth Taylor in the later years? Or something like that.
Yeah, I think, most people probably weren't like, oh, that's Susie. I think most people were like, wow, she's really bad at doing her makeup like a witch. Because my hair was all teased up. Like just, yeah, what is she? Awesome. But whatever, who cares? It's fun. It's tons of fun.
Yeah. Also, well, if you're willing to share a picture, I would love to see, and we can tag it in this episode.
I did look for a picture. No luck yet, but okay. I have been on the hunt. Because, awesome. Yeah, it is embarrassing enough that I am willing to share it. because it was pretty good.
Nice.
I should go as bearded Robert Smith one year.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Not many beards ever in The Cure.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think it has been any.
I think the guy that filled in for Roger on the South American dates had kind of a stubble beard or a beard at one point. And that's why I remember it sticking in my head. I was like, that might be the first beard ever in The Cure.
Didn't Simon have a little like dirt stash at one point? Or am I misremembering?
I don't think so. They've had like stubble photos and stuff, but they're usually all pretty
cut.
Oh, I guess Reeves has had beards. So,
oh, yeah.
He had a big ass fluffy beard at one point. So, yeah.
Well,
so Reeves first, I guess, and then the other keyboard guy, Mike Lord, I think was his name, something like that. But
in Love Song, there's a very nice close-up of Robert Smith's face, and he has stubble, and that was a very attractive thing that I saw as a young girl. You know, I was like, "Oh, this is a nice shot. Look at him."
Yeah, I like when he has a little stubble. Kind of has a good contrast to the lipstick.
Yeah,
there's some texture to this face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's, very cool. Well, I guess along those lines, then, making first impressions or third impressions, we should dive in to why we have Chrissy here to talk about the early days. I guess connecting from Halloween, no secret that you guys have the formerly known as Excommunication Station podcast and grew up in the religious life there, which strangely, there's a lot of Cure fans out there, it seems like, that grew up in the church and then somewhere along the line, the secular music seeped in, corrupted your souls, and next thing you know, you're a Cure fan. So what were you listening to, Chrissy, wee days when you were a little one?
Well, I didn't live in like as restrictive a household as Chaz did. So I was allowed to listen to music. A lot of my music guilt just came directly home with me from school. And like the pastor saying, "Oh, you can't be listening to this." But actually, my stepdad is super into new wave. And so, when I was a little kid, I loved The Cure before I knew who they were. Like I'd hear their song on the radio and I'd be like, "Oh, that's really good. I like that." But it was my stepdad who really kind of taught me band names because he really likes 80s music. I don't think he knew what he was getting into when he started showing me all of his music. Because I just immediately stole his Cure albums, all of his Oingo Boingo albums, all of his, I probably stole half of his albums. Anyway, God bless him. He's a good sport. But I listened to them through high school. My best friend is also a huge fan of The Cure. So she and I went to see them. I can't remember what year it was, but it was...
This was your first time seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember what year it was. I'm sorry. But it was out in the desert somewhere. And it was super duper fun. He really stole my heart, though, in 2004. That's when I really became like, okay, this is actually my favorite band ever. I saw them at Coachella.
Okay.
And I was by myself at that point, just like sitting on the ground on a little patch of grass.
That's awesome.
And it was dark, and Coachella is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So there were a bajillion stars, which it was just so magical.
I was at that one. That was so funny. We're at the same.
You were there?
Yeah. That was the one right after the Flaming Lips. They played like where he did the big stupid ball.
The ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I still.
Yeah.
When I think about like the best concert, that was the one.
Awesome.
That always sticks with me.
Yeah, something about the desert. I loved it. Yeah, just that whole scenery of the whole festival was beautiful. Then it was just, I thought I was in like another planet kind of thing, Yes. I was just like, this is so cool. And Yeah, like before the sunset. Even I wish they had played like right at that moment. You know, I caught a couple bands where you had like the cool palm tree silhouette and the sunset behind the bands as they were playing and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, just the nighttime stars and everything, really, really magical.
It was the most perfect, like, especially for that music. It was, to me, just the most perfect vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't getting pushed or hassled by anybody. Like, I had a little bit of space. I had a great view of the stage. It was just glorious.
That's great.
And then, you know, I've been to see them multiple times since then. We went to the Curiosa Festival.
Okay. Yeah.
And got introduced to Interpol, which was amazing because they became one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, they're awesome.
My husband and I were going to actually dance to one of their songs for our first dance, but our moms convinced us it was a little too weird. It was Take You on a Cruise by Interpol.
Nice.
But yeah, my mom was like, are you sure?
Yeah. It's more tasteful than ours. Casey and I rode into the party with This Is Hardcore by Pulp. It was our entrance song there.
Oh, our entrance song was the Darth Vader
Nice.
march.
All my favorites.
I got married at a courthouse.
Yeah.
Just as cool, man. Yeah. Just as cool.
I technically did too. Our entrance was to a field at our sister's house.
Okay. Yeah.
But well, that's great. Yeah. So you've seen them quite a few times then.
Oh yeah, then, quite a few.
And at the Miami show and the most recent one, I was at that one too. So.
Yep, I was there.
Cool. We were probably at all the same Cure shows and didn't even know.
I was at that one. That was great. Yeah. I loved that I couldn't believe our Killing an Arab. I don't know how to say.
You're allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can say.
Okay. Thank you. I always feel so bad because anyway, I know, whatever.
Yeah,
I love that he ended with that. I never thought I would get to ever, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of the special occasion when he does a little longer set. He'll throw that and another oldie right at the end there. It's great.
Yeah, I was, that made me so happy.
Yeah, because that was the last one of the whole tour. So that's why we were like, we got to catch the last one. So we went down for that. And Love Cats, they hadn't been played the whole tour until Love Cats. And
I was screaming.
Yeah.
Just absolutely. Oh, it was wonderful.
Going back to that, so you don't have a specific memory? It was always kind of Cure was in there. Do you have like
Cure? Cure was always in there. Like I think Disintegration is one of the albums that I stole from my stepdad.
Yeah.
And that's to this day my favorite album and favorite song.
Yeah.
And I can remember listening to it as a, younger person.
Yeah.
And it meaning much different things to me. Like it has grown with me in a way that I could not have ever imagined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Totally.
Different lyrics at different times, or even the same lyrics at different times mean such vastly different things to me now.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't it wild? I love that.
Like, for instance, different album, but Let's Go to Bed, the song. Yeah, when I was in my 20s, I had a very good idea of what that song meant. Now that I'm in my 40s and I have kids, like that song, I'm always like, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed.
Yeah, it's become a
You
lullaby.
think you're tired now? Wait until 3.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed.
Yeah, I always sing little songs to Henson as he's like getting into bed and stuff as we do the nighttime routine. And yeah, it's funny. That's become like one of the soft lullabies. Let's go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like, pretty sure that's not what he's getting at in the song, but
yeah, not at all. Not at all. But that's the thing. Like, it can just mean different things at different times.
Yeah.
And it still works.
Totally. Yeah. That's great.
My son, like my older son, was telling me that I don't think he knew what Robert Smith looked like until yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we listen to a lot of music, but they don't, see the artists really.
Right.
So we listen to music in the car or, outside we have the speaker playing, but he saw a picture and he was like, Mommy, is that a character from Poppy Playtime, which is a horror video game? And I was like, ouch, no.
Yeah, it's called aging. It's great.
Yeah, he's also a rock star. Like, he works really hard. And he's committed to the makeup, which, I mean, I don't know what his skincare routine is, but Mary looks great, so whatever.
Yeah, he still looks good.
He only needs to take care of one thing, and that's that voice.
He's doing it. So,
which he's
if
doing.
He's channeling all the skincare into his voice somehow, then keep doing it, Robert.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Drinking all the tea you can.
All the orange juice and wine,
Yep.
Whatever it is. That's cool.
And he's got to keep the hair long because that's, I think, part of the magic.
Totally.
Well, it's like that time when he got the haircut and he was wearing the suit in the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, he still had the makeup, and I appreciate that because otherwise I wouldn't have known who he was.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, no, don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that was a cool one-time thing.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
I don't know if it's true, but I remember reading one time that he keeps it long now because Mary said he's a lot nicer when he has long hair. Which
like Samson,
maybe
like
when he cuts his hair,
niceness instead of strength.
Yeah, huh? Yeah,
that could be apocrypha. I don't know, but but people don't lie on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
No way. So very cool. So yeah, those early days. Then, do you feel like you gravitated towards the pop more than the dark songs, or you kind of noticed the difference with the albums and stuff? Did you have a preference, or?
It's different, different albums for different moods. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to lay on your bed and cry, Disintegration is a great album to do that. If you want to have a little dance party with your cousin, Love Cats is a really good one to do that with. So it's entirely mood dependent. And that's one of the great things about the band is they have a lot of catalog and a lot of different moods that you can.
Drastic. Yeah, I think that's why they hook people so well, is that they do both so good. A lot of bands that you kind of like their one type a little bit more or something if it's that drastic of a difference, but really, it's like almost impossible to, even the people that are super into Dark Cure more or whatever, it's all like, but y'all got hooked on the pop songs first, probably, Yeah. It's like once you realized Faith was out there, cool. But at the same time, you were all bopping to fucking Just Like Heaven and, In Between Days and Love Cats. Well,
because how can you not bop to those? They are great. Yeah. They're really, but I do remember like one time I was playing Disintegration, of course, for a friend of mine, and he stopped it like halfway through, and he looks at me, he goes, "This is the Boys Don't Cry guy?" And I was like, "Why, yes, it is." And just the look of like astonished disgust on his face. I was like, this is not what I thought I was going to get.
Yeah.
That will always stick with me.
Like anything, the extremes definitely go there. Or I think Friday I'm in Love might have pushed it a little far for some people and stuff like that, and it's more with the later stuff, I think, where, some sad songs work better than other sad songs and some poppy ones work better than other poppy ones. But at the same time, it is a cool big spectrum there for them. So that's cool. Yeah, it's kind of same where so do you feel like you kind of took them on album by album as you did like I guess if you stretched it back to, what were you, like around middle school, you think, when you first started?
Yeah, I think so. I think probably like 13, 14. It was definitely like, oh, this song is The Cure too. Oh, this song is The Cure too. Like, like James Woods in that Family Guy sketch. Oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. And then I just fell into the trap of like, oh, I love this all of this.
Yeah. That's cool. Because it was back, I think that was like a kind of underrated great things about albums now versus like how kids will hop around on the streaming so much just from, you can basically, it is the whole catalog. You pick and choose from whatever and stuff. Or, I always was like, I think I like the poppy stuff more, but it was cool that I had this one weird red tape that was really dark. And I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck was going on this one, but when I'm in that mood, it's perfect, and like, but it was like a separate little package, almost like a whole different band, or I could grab that and then just have like the different ones. And when I think that's why Disintegration lands so good for so many of us is because it taps into all of that so well. It was the first time not the first time, but like where the whole cohesive thing was dark and catchy somehow, it had everything on it that they do well. So
yes, that's a perfect description. Honestly, it's dark and catchy. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, 100%. It's not just, so yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, other bands then, or were you kind of dabbling in little Michael W. Smith and The Cure? Or like,
other bands. Yeah, other bands too. Huge fan of Oingo Boingo still.
Right.
Even though Danny Elfman is getting a little problematic there, buddy.
Oh yeah, is he getting some issues popping up? I haven't kept up with his.
But I saw
I
him.
Said, it's fewer unscathed at this age.
Indeed.
I think I broke that on our show.
Oh yeah,
Shit,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Was that
Chrissy was devastated.
I was not a happy camper. I mean, yes, we all knew he was a little problematic. He sang the song "I Love Little Girls." Okay, but I
really.
But Ted Nugent wrote a whole album called Jailbait.
Yeah, I mean,
different times.
I guess I did see Danny Elfman live. One time, they did at the Staples Center. They did the Tim Burton, the Nightmare Before Christmas, and he sang as Jack, and then Catherine O'Hara and Pee Wee Herman and Danny Elfman, all three did the Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It was one, like, that was one of the coolest concerts I've ever been to in my life. And then the next morning I got to fly to Germany, which was also cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that was God, I did cool shit in my 20s. Now I'm old.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram that he's got a big red mustache, and he does not parodies, but he acts out all those problematic songs like he's recording them in the recording studio. And then he's dressed up as a music producer too, and he's like, what the fuck? Like every time that like a 15-year-old girl is mentioned in the lyrics. So yeah. So I like that somebody's doing that.
I do too, man. I do too. That's a good niche. I hope he gets tons of views and money.
Oh, he does. And he did the Oingo Boingo song. If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been very, very, very eclectic with my musical taste. I like everything. There is not one genre that I can't find something I appreciate about. I played a ton of music as a kid. And I really wish I'd stuck more with that, because I was pretty good. They had me playing at the Redlands University Orchestra when I was in junior high. So they needed someone that played the bass clarinet. So I sat in. Like, that's pretty cool. But then I was just like, actually, it was just like Susan from Narnia. I got too interested in boys and invitations, and now I can't go to heaven.
Yeah. Happens to the best of them.
Yeah.
Oh well. And did the Cure ever present any kind of specific problem in the religious world or anything like that? I guess tapping back to our Bob Larson episode of did anyone ever try to convince you that they were terrible based on his appearance, I guess, mostly?
Repeatedly. Yeah. Especially after Columbine.
Okay.
Yeah.
sad music makes you do all that shit.
Well, and look,
right.
he's
Yeah, I
obviously a
forgot.
goth, and the goths are the ones who shot up the school. Like it
Yeah.
was I was texting with a friend of mine just recently from high school because he was listening to the James Dobson's Bastard Kids, and he goes, "Oh my God, do you remember how badly they treated a kid that went to our high school actually got expelled for being goth after Columbine, and it was such a bad word at school." As a joke one time, so people used to wrap each other's lockers with wrapping paper for their birthday. You know, make it look like a present. It's a nice thing to do for your friends. So as a joke, I was wrapping my friend's locker in duct tape and a black trash bag. I got in so much trouble because I quote, "Christina, that is the trench coat mafia," end quote. So like anything where any hint of
black,
yes, I guess I don't know because a trash bag is a trench coat because they both start with a T. I don't know. It's the logic. It wasn't logicking, but it's far from anything. I mean, but yes, I did get rid of some Cure CDs at one point in one of those times where I was like super guilty and I can only listen, like they encourage us to only listen to worship music or classical music. So I'd, get rid of CDs, but I think I lasted about a week before I had to rebuy it.
Like, this sucks.
I relapsed hard and fast. I was like someone in a Nick fit just waiting outside of Kmart like, oh my God, open up. Just let me buy the greatest hits really quick.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's tough. So it always just blew my mind. I'd laugh like with a little snippet I saw where he's picking apart the song "The Blood" or whatever, because it's all such surface level investigating, and just because he looks different, it's like these are like pretty wholesome songs, really, especially the pop ones and stuff. I mean, there's nothing like as far.
Remember, he went off on Younger Meat. On just like, what do you think that means?
But I mean, that's like middle of the song. Yeah, I mean, it's like the fact that he even listened to it enough to catch that. The average, youth pastor wouldn't even make it that far in the album. Probably he would get hung up on spiders or whatever the fuck.
Well, remember he went on tour with Slayer at one point and like was very disappointed with what happened backstage.
Oh, really?
He was Bob. We're talking about Bob Larson, who was like a very big into the Satanic Panic and ran a radio show, a pretty popular radio show, and now does exorcisms on Instagram. But he railed against the Cure on an episode with this one young girl, and it was just ridiculous. But he went on tour with Slayer, and he was going to expose them for the satanic group that they were, and like he's just like he was expecting like sacrifices and stuff, and like all they did was watch horror movies and drink and smoke some weed. There weren't really any girls either.
Playing fucking Nintendo backstage.
Well, that always blows my mind, like that rock star lifestyle of like, aren't you tired, man? How is your voice you can't party every night and every day. Right.
Well, I mean, you do have those bands, like you have the Van Halens and like the Poisons, but like that was like one specific era of rock and roll. But like the rest of it is like Slayer. Like you're bored, most of the time, so
It's like Spinal Tap, where they're like complaining about the bread that doesn't fold and stuff.
I don't want this.
Don't let it ruin the show. So, it's pretty wild. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you kept your faith in the Cure then.
Oh yeah,
destroy it.
Well, because it was all super surface level of just you have to examine where you're letting Satan into your heart. Is it through music? You know, does even uh does it even have the appearance of being satanic? Is it,
Right.
that could cause someone else to stumble. So you have to, everything is about appearance, every single
Yeah.
thing. It's never about like
The actual
what the
songs.
song is.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I mean, the fact that Robert Smith was in a video where there's like spider eating him. Oh my God.
yeah.
I mean, that's demons right there.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to remember, Chrissy, you got to close those doorways.
Mhm.
And there's the ones above you and below you also.
Oh yeah. Like it's a lot of doors, like a lot.
Yeah.
And the demons will jump over. The demons will burrow under. They're like, they're like gophers, basically.
Yeah. And I guess when you started to actually form your own opinions growing up,
Yeah,
all
I'm
that
still
good
working on
stuff.
it.
Yeah. Did any of those kind of songs? I'm sure there were bigger factors that helped you steer away and stuff, but were songs like Faith and any kind of influence on you, and like just Robert Smith's general. If you listen to his interviews and stuff, he'll drop some pretty blunt thoughts on religion and such. Did any of that come into play, or is it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And like I mentioned it, I'm going to keep talking about disintegration. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
but like that song was very important to me during the first part of my deconstruction.
Yeah, the song Disintegration.
Yeah, the song. Yeah. Of just that there was a lot of different lyrics that really spoke to me about the whole culture of that the evangelical church talks about, of like you have to look and act a certain way. You need the cheers from the crowd, even if you feel hollow inside.
Yeah.
Like every action, I don't know. It just, it spoke to me very, very deeply at that time. But yes, I will also say that it was very hard for me as a younger person that was still in the church when I would hear Robert Smith say such blunt things about religion. I was I'd just be like, what do you mean, man?
Yeah.
I'll pray for you. But now I'm like, yeah, I get it, bro. You've heard enough.
He's like, I've seen some shit, man. It's like, yeah. It's like, we'll take your word for it. That's awesome.
Like, of course, like it makes sense to me now that as I grow older and understand a lot of his lyrics better, that I also have similar thoughts about religion, because the place he's writing from is not a place where anything is promised to you. There's no divine reward. It's very, it can be very bleak, but it can also be very hopeful.
Yeah.
And that's, again, the music is so varied that you can always find something.
Right. And read what you need to into it and such. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I agree. And I guess along those lines too, as far as stretching back, would you remember what the initial appeal was about the music or image that kind of like, oh, I want to investigate this band a little bit more? Was it just the catchiness, or was there something about them that...
It was his voice. I really like his voice. I like it. Has the exact right tone and timbre and register that I really like. I really, really like ringing guitars. So his voice with ringing guitars. And then, the drums on Wish I like them a lot. Yeah. I think that's not a hot take, but those are good beats.
Yeah.
And, for somebody who thought she was going to be like a musical theater actress, beat is important. Like I need to, it can't be all uneven or else it stresses me out.
Yeah.
So
something we've always tapped on too, for sure, Wish as well, but Disintegration in particular for me. And I remember Donald really being on board with this idea. Was just, it's crazy how the drum tracks on Disintegration are like, they're almost like guitar parts. They're so catchy, where you could hear just the drum track and you would know that song is, maybe it's just because we listened to this album 5,000 times. But it's like,
they're unique. You're right. They are unique and they're noticeable, which is
Closed Down or Untitled or something, or just like, that beat as soon as you hear it.
Yeah.
Just like Heaven or something like that. Even it's just like, as soon as you hear those rolls, it's coming, and it's pretty wild because you don't get that a lot, even with great pop songs. You'd be like, it's cool. It's just got the train track that lets the train roll, but it's a huge part of it. That's cool.
I love his voice. And that's why I'm happy he's still performing, but I'm super happy he's taking care of it, because he sounds really good for a guy his age. You listen to some other singers who are of a similar age and who have been doing this for as long. And they sound, you can tell the decline in their voice because of it's a hard work.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
the lifestyle these guys do lead, I mean, going back, even if it's not full on Motley Crue party life, they're still had their days smoking, in the sun. Drinking, they're all, and I think that's a huge part of it, but who knows? It's
heartburn. Yeah. Everything you could do that could ruin your esophagus and your vocal cords, they probably do, like when they're not on stage. Yeah. So I feel like he's just drinking straight up honey.
Yeah, or something.
Like every single
he just
day.
Doesn't talk when he's not singing. He's just at home, like not talking.
Really good at sign language.
Yes.
No, that's not a stretch in my mind. Like I totally would believe he's silent for days at a time.
Yeah, like he just walks by, nods to Mary, then goes down into his little cave. Works on some album we'll never hear.
That's why he can't do vocals.
Yeah, he has to save up his. Yeah, might be something to that. But it's great, and so appreciative of that as well. Where it's just like, I mean, because we'd love it, even if he had to bump them down a few octaves or whatever. I would still be hanging in there. But it's so nice that, I mean, they're not the easiest songs to sing by any means, too. They're up there in the register, a lot of them, and just the kind of kooky range with a lot of them, and he still nail. I mean, occasionally he'll bump one down or kind of let it trail off live a bit more. But I think a lot of that is even just being, 30 shows in on the tour or whatever. You don't want to fucking belt out Disintegration every time, or you'll fall apart by the end of the tour. But he can do it as good as day one if he's fresh, So it's pretty amazing.
What's the difference between studio and live for a lot of recording artists? And he's one of the very rare exceptions where, and like 3 hours a night, don't forget that.
Yeah, it's
like, he's not doing an hour and a half. He's doing 3 hours a night and then that tour, for a month straight and still sounding, you heard him like the last concert.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Didn't hear any complaints.
Yeah.
So
that's that beat. It's like when everybody like worries and thinks the end is near, and as we probably should, just to be grateful. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, shit, if he like starts just kind of scaling it down, or if they just bumped it down to hour-long shows, he could be doing this shit when he's 90 and probably still sound pretty good. If he just starts scaling it down to like the easier songs, he just come out and fucking do those and, not, do as many shows on a tour and stuff. I mean, he could really ride this thing to as long as he's still kicking, probably at this point, I think.
I get the impression, though, that he might be a little bit uncompromising when it comes to all that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's never gonna half-ass anything.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
again, the greedy fan perspective. It's like, just fucking wheel him out there. He can do
it. I'm like, just get him a comfortable rocking chair up there. If he falls asleep during the set a little bit, it's fine.
All right. Just poke him.
We'll all relax for a couple minutes, and we'll wake him up by cheering all at once, and we'll just go on with the show.
Totally. Yeah, I could totally see him being like, I can't do 3 hours anymore. It's time to call it quits. The rest of the band's like, oh, we could just...
We could do 2 hours. No.
Exactly.
Gavin, can I ask you a question? Were you at both of the times that the Cure played at Coachella, the 04 and 07?
Not 07. Yeah, okay. I didn't do that one. Was that the one where they pulled the plug on them at the end? There was one where they went over the time. And there's
Could have been.
Of it. Yeah, I don't know how many times they've done it, but did you go to that one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But I'm trying to. Okay, I think it was one of the Coachella shows, and so if I'm remembering this correctly, it might be the one that you were at. He switched up some of the lyrics on Love Song. And I remember there was a guy there who was so mad. He was so angry.
Was that Donald?
Yeah, it was Donald.
He was just bitching nonstop about it, and wow. I was just like, it's his song. Shut up. Do you remember him switching up any lyrics when you saw him then?
Specifically to that, he's been known to do that. And it's usually just he'll start riffing on something. It's pretty common on Love Songs where he changes into whatever games I play.
Yeah, whatever games I play. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes he'll just kind of have like a brain fart and roll with it, I think, and then so that's always kind of a highlight usually because it's like, oh shit, he's riffing, he's scatting, he's gonna do something different,
Yeah.
So, but,
I always find it interesting when artists improvise on stage, and if that's exactly what he said, whatever games I play, and man,
it's so
he
weird
was so mad.
Into 2 songs later, he's like, God damn,
that's not the words to that song. It's like, bro,
I paid all this money just to come here to hear a Love Song, and he screwed it up.
He's still mad about it.
Wow.
It's one of those things that I will always remember it. I can't remember exactly what concert it was, but I can remember it happening, and I remember just being like, dude, you have to stop.
Yeah.
Shut up. He's singing.
That's the scary part of any live show is how much the people around you end up affecting it too, where it's just like, it's not even it's the whole experience, you get like one jackass next to you. That's like all you remember 5 years later. It's like, it was such a good show, but
that one guy.
Yeah. It's just like, I hate that.
But they've been doing that one for years. They've been doing he's changed that lyric for that wasn't a new thing back then, I don't think.
Yeah. And if it's that line, then
it was definitely that one.
Swapped out a lot. Usually like Disintegration, sometimes they'll get a little stumbled on some of the words and swap stuff out. For a long time with A Forest, it was on purpose where they would have the little extended forever ending or whatever, and he would just totally improvise a whole new song and stuff. Those are always fun to watch, like old versions of like the extended Forest at the end, where he just starts riffing into some whole weird thing. And I've taken lines out of those even. I'm like, that's a cool line he never used again after that, and I'm going to steal that shit and write a song about. So yeah, he's especially during the more heavily drinking eras. Like there's a lot of good live shows from around 96, 97 where he's making up all kinds of shit. It's like I still want to do that episode of like the drunkest Cure shows, because there's a couple like festivals, that Bizarre Fest one and where he's like fucking up like in between days and shit, even, or he's just like, oh man, Robert's like next level drunk on this one, but he still always rolls with it. That's what's crazy, is like it still sounds good, but he's just singing completely different words to some song you've heard a million. I feel like he did that just on the last tour with like Play for Today. Maybe he had like one where he got off on something and just started like making up some new words to it's like, dude, that song's like so old, you've been playing that forever. But
maybe he does it just
happens.
as like a little, fun surprise for him.
I think he just, your mind starts wandering and stuff while you're singing these songs, and next thing you know, you're making a whole new song up, man. It's got a lot of songs too. That's hard to remember all those words, man. I can't even.
But he's such a consummate performer that he just makes it work.
Yeah. I think that's.
I mean, he could sing me the phone book, and I'd be like, in that voice, yes. Thank you.
Totally. So we know that Disintegration's your all-time favorite. Do you have a least favorite? We always love to.
It's the same as everybody's least favorite.
Yeah, is that?
It's Wild Mood Swings. It's
okay.
Yeah.
That's no.
Almost. Yeah, it's usually in the running, but
yeah, it's. I mean,
it's up there.
Yeah. But I get it. Like there's it's a lot of people's least favorite album. I get why, but I mean, it's in the title. It's Wild Mood Swings.
Yeah,
this is going to be an erratic. Yeah, this is going to be. You're on a journey, and it's a weird journry, and you're gonna, it's going to be a lot of feelings.
Lots of horns, lots of synth horns, lots of unexpected turns. But
I mean, that's a Wild Mood Swing, right?
I started plotting out the like end of year episode that we'll have coming up in December already, and I was like looking ahead to next year. I was like, oh shit, we got the 30th anniversary of Wild Mood Swings coming up next year. So I was like, I thought we just went over that, but it must have been like a 25th anniversary or something we were diving into. But so yeah, we'll have to re-dive into Wild Mood Swings, and really, it is one that changes a lot, like some days I'm like, this is way better than everybody acts like. And then other days I'm like, yeah, there is some floaters in this one too. I think that's part of its charm, and its negative is that it's got a little of everything. So yeah,
sometimes you're just not in the mood for like a wild mood swing. Like you gotta be in the right mind frame.
I think it's because it's them, or they do the cohesive album so well when they do it, that it's all like they're, arguably the best ever at it, or it's like, God damn, theme wise, you don't get a better flow than like, even Songs of a Lost World is so perfectly like cohesive that way, So when they get wacky like that, it's a little like, whoa, geez, okay. So I guess just some fun questions to throw at you. Do you have a go, if you've made a mix for people, do you have a go-to Cure song that you would always throw on it?
I always, if I make mixes for people, I would always start it with the poppier stuff.
Yeah.
And then slowly darken the mood.
Yeah.
So they get like the whole range.
Okay. Yeah.
So it would always be like Close to Me, maybe Love Cats in the beginning, like, keep it happy. Yeah. Back when I made mixes, I would always include the Blink-182 Robert Smith crossover, because they were popular at the time, and I was trying to
always good to throw a rare one in there that maybe somebody hasn't heard. I did that for a lot of friends that like the Cure till about Wish and then stopped or something. Then I'm like, nah, there's a lot of weird shit you might not have heard.
Yeah,
that's a good one that just has the Robert flavor in there. And you're like, oh yeah.
And then Disintegration's always the big ender.
Epic closer, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you definitely, I think the last mix I ever made was for someone a freshman year of college. And I'm pretty sure I put Killing an Arab on there just because we were both English majors. Yeah. And I was like, well, you've read The Stranger. You'll love this song.
Cool.
Anything to try to get them in, come in the door. I would like to recruit you.
Yeah.
So I can talk about this with you. Then it's not
that religious side kicking in, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Spread the gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was the same way. I'd be like, have friends come over and I'll be like, all right, you're going to watch the whole Staring at the Sea videos tape with me. And if you're not a Cure fan by the end of this tape, then I'll buy you lunch or something like that. Just like gamble, you know. But I was like, really just wanted to watch it again myself. But at the same time, so yeah, I was like, got to recruit them.
Yeah. Because then if they like it, then, you know, we can listen to more together.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
It's funny too, because at a certain age, you kind of just give up on that, you know, too. Where I've had friends where, you know, I'm putting them on there like, I just don't get why you love the Cure so much. And I used to just like die on this hill of defending it. I'm just like, whatever, man. You don't fucking get it. You don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're lost, dude. If you don't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I can't anymore. Now because everybody in my life has heard about it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if you don't like them, I'm comfortable with like letting this go, but I am still going to play them in the car.
Yeah.
So
I've noticed it's become a problem when I was at like school functions of like Henson's friends' parents that are, you know, friends, but not like super close friends or whatever. And they go, oh, you're not wearing a Cure shirt. Or so, you know, like little comments like that. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You don't know me. It's like, well, maybe you do, but
I got a comment like that at the gym, like 3 months ago. One of the ladies at the gym was like, how many shirts of that band do you have? Because I've counted like 7. And I was like, why are you counting my shirts? Stop it.
I was like, what the?
Leave me alone.
Wish you had so many cool Cure shirts.
God damn. You know, the really cool ones I don't wear out anymore.
You might have already tapped into it, but do you have a favorite Cure memory, whether it be something actually seeing them or like a moment that happened while listening to the Cure, anything like that?
Okay, so one that comes to mind is he's still my friend, but in our early 20s, my friend Shad and I lived together in the absolute ghetto of Long Beach. Like the absolute, it was not a safe place that we lived. And our apartment complex was named Pine Sol, like the cleaner, like the floor cleaner. Sadly, they did not use any, and it smelled like pee all the time in the corridors.
Maybe somebody was like, "We should go on Pine Sol."
But it was like one evening we were both off work. The weather was perfect, and there was a breeze, so we could open up the windows, and there was a cross breeze. And we were laying there. We each had a chair, like this big overstuffed comfy chair. And we were both laying there, and we had I want to say, which album was it? I think it might have just been a mix. I think it was a mix somebody made, because the songs I'm thinking of are not all on the same album. Right. But just laying there in the cool breeze, like with one of my very best friends, just listening to The Cure. Gosh, it's just one of those beautiful memories.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like it was like the one time in Long Beach that you could smell the ocean and it didn't smell like crude oil.
Right on.
It was great.
That's
cool. There were no gunshots that I could hear that were breaking up the music. I'm sure someone was breaking into my car at the time, but whatever, it was still beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. I like that. We recently did an episode of Imaginary, or hopefully someday True Questions we would ask Robert Smith. Is there anything, if you ran into him in a casual setting, your ideal setting, anywhere that was calm and relaxed, and you said, you know, Robert, any questions for him?
What does it do, Robert?
Well, okay. So we're assuming, I guess, for the sake that he's like cool with me asking him weird shit.
It's going to go well no matter what.
Okay.
The safety character.
Because I first of all, if I ever met him, I would be so starstruck. I would never be able to speak. I would just probably make little meeping noises and back away.
That was all in our disclaimer as well. It's going to go great no matter what.
But I would ask him that about his wife. He's been in love with Mary and been with her for most of his life. And he writes a ton of songs about his love for her. So I would be super curious to ask him how, because you see, he's a very private person. How does he protect something that's so real and private while spending decades writing about it for the whole world? Like how does he balance that, and what ways? Because it's really interesting.
Sure. Yeah. It's cool that their whole relationship has become this enigma of Cure fandom, because it is like all these super personal sounding songs. Who knows what they're really about even, and what, but it is cool to know like how he separates that, or because it's been through the whole fucking run. That's wild that she's been able to see every stage of it too and be a part of it, a huge part of it that we don't even know. So that's kind of cool. Or maybe not at all. Maybe she's like, fuck off with your little songs, I hate your band.
You wouldn't ask how many other women have there been?
Yeah, it was like, come on, it couldn't have been just Mary though. She's like, I
don't know.
Yeah, that's the shit you don't want to know, I guess.
Well, listen, and who knows what their agreements are? Maybe, but
yeah, absolutely.
But he obviously loves her very much, because, I mean, the songs that he has written about her are stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, and she's still there, so that's all the proof that you need.
Yeah,
and then
but then
you also have
it worked.
Yeah, but then you also have songs about like heartbreak and like you could tell there's some strife going on. So there's also like the realness of that they're part of like a same relationship that everybody else is a part of.
Yeah,
where things get heated and they suck.
Mm-hmm. So. It's not all love songs.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's all, but they're.
Well, we love them.
Yeah, but he writes such beautifully personal music. Mm-hmm. But I guess. God, now I just put it together. That's why he's so private. He is very, very raw and open with his lyrics. I would probably be like, no, you know enough. Thank you.
Yeah. Exactly. And, I think it's the whole like telling what the song is really about kind of thing. I love that whole VH1 storytellers, but I was always a little disappointed after I would watch them and stuff, because a lot of the times you invent this whole thing about what the song is. And, even like when we find out that a Cure song has some like huge references from a book, like a lot of it isn't necessarily his personal thing. I'm sure so many are, but there's got to be ones where he's just inventing this character and remembering misery and those kind of things. It's pretty easy to tap back into. I've had songwriter friends too who are like, well, I'm happy now, I don't want to write sad songs. And I'm like, well, I can still write sad, so I don't forget what it was like to be miserable. It's like those moments stay with you. Even if you're in a happy relationship, you can still tap back into that, or read.
But
something.
do you want to? Do you want to go feel that again?
Maybe that's where I'm like, I do sometimes. Yeah, for the sake of the song, fuck yeah.
Like if I get to a happy place, I'm really trying to preserve it a lot of times, because
Yeah.
You got to take what you could get, man.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't want because I promise I'll be sad about something, in the next week or two. Yeah. So I'll just wait for that to come up.
Yeah, he always had a good quote where he says, most of my songs are miserable because I write songs when I'm sad. He's like, when I'm happy, I'm busy being happy. I don't want to write a song. It's like, I'd rather just write songs when I'm sad, because, which makes total sense,
Yeah.
There's just so many, there's like a number of songs that like you can't trust what it's about either, just based on what he said. Yeah. And like, we're just like, okay, well, you said it was about this, but now it's about this. Right. And it's just like, you're just like, okay, well, whatever. Right. Just interpret it how you want to interpret it. So like the thing with the baby, like that with disintegration, like that one threw me for a loop. So
yeah, that was wild. I don't know if you caught that, Chrissy, but on like the last tour, he was playing in Atlanta, and he sang the song Disintegration, but then I think it was after it, which is always weird to say what the song's about or something referring to it after you did the song. Usually you introduce it like that. But he came back, he told this really quick, kind of vague story about finding a baby somebody had left on his and Mary's front porch. And
What?
the song was about that, or like at least partially influenced by that. You know, I think there's a lot going on in that song, obviously, but I was just like, huh? Really? It's just one of those things, you know. I don't remember if there was more to the story, but it was basically based on somebody, you know, had dropped off a baby for them to adopt or something, or just they, you know, didn't.
Well, they
want the
obviously
baby.
didn't.
No, it's not taking your baby. I think I made it pretty clear. I don't want children. It's like the one thing he has been clear about in interviews. But yeah, it's just wild because it's like, okay, there's that line about babies, but I would never have guessed that like the whole that, and then maybe that whole thing turned into an argument or something with Mary about like, well, maybe we should keep the kid, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, this baby's still like crying on the floor and he's writing a song. It's like, hold that thought, I got something really good right now.
I sort of, I mean, the whole idea of him telling conflicting stories about what the songs mean just makes me love him more. Like he's an unreliable narrator of his own discography. So you really have to just find your own meaning in it. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, totally. Like I said, yeah, because a lot of times if you do find out what it is, there's like, oh, okay. And then it kind of takes away from your ability to put your own weird shit into it if you need to and stuff, you know, or it's like, so, yeah, pretty cool.
Love it.
And as we wind down here, do you have a dream location where you would love to see The Cure? Is there
the catacombs? The catacombs under either Rome or Naples. I saw, or in Scotland. I went to the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh one time, and I saw a play down in the catacombs under the city. And it was the coolest fucking thing. And I always thought like this would be the coolest vibe for a Cure concert. Like spooky and dark and kind of cold, but echoey. Because I think his voice would sound really cool down there. Yeah.
They normally do shows down there, I'm assuming? It's not a...
I think sometimes, but it would have to be like a real intimate...
Yeah. Fucking shit's all shaking and falling everywhere.
Yeah, it would have to be like an unplugged, like 50-person show, but it'd be... Oh, God, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I like that. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you could give him a present for a holiday or anything, is there anything you would give him as a gift?
A snuggie.
On the spot. A what? A snuggie?
A snuggie. Yeah.
Okay. Is that one of those blanket things?
It's like a hoodie blanket. Yeah. I think one with like stars and black kitty cats.
Okay.
Or I guess they would have to be purple kitty cats because the snuggie has to be black, obviously. Okay. But I've always thought he could use like a good cuddly blanket.
Yeah, I could see that. He would definitely be down with that, I bet.
Yeah. Or I mean, if I could ever find it, some of the pictures of him I drew as a kid. But I actually really think he could use a snuggie. So I'm going to stick with that one.
That's a good practical gift too. Yeah. So I like it. And I guess as we wind down, final question we ask everybody, time travel. If you could go back in time to any era, any specific tour, any specific show, is there one that would be the top of your list? It's a very specific, weird time machine that only goes to Cure concerts that we've created.
Love it. Could I go back and like see them 79? I want to see the very beginning so that now that I've seen the later stuff, I want to see how it all started. I want to I want the prequel.
Yeah. Real young. No Simon even.
Yeah. What? Like he's just a baby.
Yeah, that'd be cool. There are some good ones of those. There's a couple really good high quality footage of, I think it was like an Amsterdam one where they're playing. A lot of the songs are like super punky and fast, you know, like ones that they would later slow down even. And it's just like, whoa, this is blazing through it. So yeah, it's a good era. It would be cool to I don't think we've gotten that as an answer yet, too. Nobody's gone all the way back to the beginning. So
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see the origin story.
Yeah. And then try to talk to him afterwards and ruin the whole future. But you have no idea how many great songs you're going to write. He's like, what? Freak him out. He gets writer's block, changes history.
He quits.
Yeah. Like, oh, shit, what did I do?
I would never be able to speak to him.
Yeah,
I would
especially
never.
that early on.
I would
He's
never.
too fragile.
Yeah, I would never.
Very cool.
I'd fuck with his mind just so I could get a different song out of it.
Yeah, gets a whole new songs. Very cool.
Just tell him never to cut his hair.
Yeah. In 1987, you're going to make a very bad decision. Don't do it.
Don't cut your hair.
Awesome. Well, I guess we'll wrap up there unless you have any other questions, Chaz, or anything.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Chrissy and I talk enough.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
Any religious leaders you want to bring down before we leave or anything? Any insight that you have scoop on or anything?
Off the top of my head, Chrissy and I just did a really, really funny and fun series for our Halloween spooky season, where we read a satanic panic book called He Came to Set the Captives Free by Dr. Rebecca Brown. And there is a lot of demon fucking in it.
Yeah.
And Chrissy and I were rolling.
We cried laughing a lot of times. Just, it is so ridiculous. And people read this as truth. It was in the nonfiction section. And this woman talks about werewolves and vampires and demons, and Satan visits her and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Sounds like she was at the actual Monster Mash. When that party that they're always thinking about. I was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a lot of coded, like very horny language in it. That's awesome. Very coded. Where you're like, you could have really written a really good fanfic if you were 20 years in the future.
Yeah. Her Zanga would have been fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
like she would have blown up AO3. Like I mean, Lord have mercy. But instead she wrote this horrible book and said it was real. And,
abused another woman, kidnapped her in like real life. So yeah, it gets dark, but it's also very fun. But yeah, and then I know this doesn't mean a lot to people that aren't part of this community, but the deconstruction community, we were both kind of involved with two, like, I called them royalty of the deconstruction community. But we got interviewed for a podcast by somebody named Blake Chastain about our favorite books with our friend Scott. And then we had another famous YouTuber named Fundy Fridays. They came on our show to talk about Christian video games last week. So
awesome.
That's why Chaz is extra sick of me, because we've been doing extra episodes and he's like, shut up, lady.
No. I just been like, we've been doing a lot of great stuff recently. Awesome. And I'm really happy and proud of it. And I'm glad Chrissy is on this journey with me.
Thanks, buddy. Me too.
So yeah, so,
you can't see it, but I'm wearing the shirt, the head on the door shirt that I got from you, because I'm a good friend and I wanted to make sure and mention it because you make good cure shirts.
Yeah, the best.
I'm all decked out in like Eagles gear, so go Birds. Yeah, I've been wearing cure. Well, I always wear cure stuff because of. Yeah, how many shirts did I make over those couple of years?
I've got a whole back closet filled with them, so it's a lot. It's definitely
got to be at least 30.
Oh yeah, at least I'd say like
at least
50. I'd say even closer to 100.
Yeah, like if you add in like Big Country and Susie and a couple of the other bands I did. So
I mean, can I change my answer? I want to go back in time and see him play with Susie.
Oh, see,
that's a great answer.
That's what I want. Answer changed.
Nice. Okay.
Because you could catch him also in the Cure at the same time.
Yeah, maybe a little double dip there.
And the glove.
Yeah, make the
triple dip.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so answer change. That's what I want to do.
Answer. Yeah, let's go.
He wouldn't be coherent, but
who knows what he's doing? But
yeah,
I have some ideas what he was doing.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I just wanted to plug Chrissy and I a little bit,
Yeah,
but
for
sure. We love what we do, and we're having a great time doing it, and we have a lot more stuff in the works. So yeah, catch us on James Dobson's Bastard Kids, and
Screaming everywhere.
Yeah, that's us.
Formerly known as Excommunication Station. So
formerly,
people are clear on that.
Yeah,
I keep saying same great show, different names.
Yeah.
I still forget sometimes too. Honestly,
yeah, muscle memory. We'll get out of it and.
So,
but yeah,
awesome. So I recommend everyone go check that out and the other guest episodes that you've been on, and hopefully have you back on soon, Chrissy, for
I would love
some
to
more Casual Cure chit chat. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and give you a great big talk hard.
And with your spirit.
And with your spirit, go. Yes, don't want to forget that. All right. Again, a very special thank you to Chrissy and you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Before we shout out the Patreon and get out of here, there have been a few updates in the Cure world as well. Starting off with a couple more festival shows. July 8th, the Cure will be in Slovakia for the first time ever, playing the Pahoda Festival. And then that is followed by the 3 nights in Berlin. And on top of that, now we have the Athens Festival, and that's going to be on July 14th. So Slovakia and Athens, Greece have been added to the list, taking it to about 21 festival shows, I believe, if my calculations are right. So a few more might get sprinkled in, hard to say. So scope it out, see if that's where you're headed this next summer. And on top of that, those 2 little nuggets that were sprinkled into the bio that I'm sure you've heard about by now. So the 13 songs, cool. We won't get any progress on those for a while, I'm sure, but good to know they're out there. And then we actually discussed the film idea. The bio said that the Cure was working on a tour film from Shows of a Lost World. And we weren't quite sure if that meant the Troxy or they picked a random show from the 2022-23 tour. And or some kind of combo of everything. Who knows? But it has some sense come to light that it is, in fact, the Troxy show. They will be recut, remixed, remastered. And it's going to come out on DVD and Blu-ray at the end of December, just in time for the holidays. Even cooler on top of that, December 11th in select theaters, they're going to do screenings of the Troxy new version. So keep an eye on your local theaters. The cooler indie ones might do a screening, probably in the same vein as Anniversary was. So if you were able to see that, hopefully we'll be able to see this as well. So that'll be on December 11th. So yeah, we'll discuss that next episode with the fellas. And now that we know for sure it's the Troxy film, how they feel about that. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up with a great big thank you to the Patreon family. Craig, Donna, Jeff Hilton, Jeff Cortland Jones, Sue, John, Allison, Dion, Namicio, Matt Ford, Tom Burns, Letty, John Roberts, Tony, Ben, Matt Fisher, Danny, Coulter, Tom Johnson, Francisco, Arno, Chip, Amber, Nicholas, Shirley, Jason Hall, Steve, Mara, Caroline, Brian, Sean, Colin, and Jennifer. And of course, Kate over at curethreads.com. It's a wonderful website and shop. She has tons of original Cure-inspired designs over there on a wide range of products, especially as we are headed towards the holiday season. You want to get your orders in early. But Kate suggests that if you are looking to buy at curethreads.com, contact her directly due to the price increases that were out of her control. She really wants to get you the best intended price for the item. So find what you want at CureThreads and DM her at Forget About Stars on Instagram, and or you can email her at mycarethreads@gmail.com, and hopefully she'll be able to hook you up with a better price. Also, be sure to check out Cure Art's collab on Instagram that she runs as Curetober wrapped up. There's lots of lovely artwork by fellow Cure fans out there posted. You can follow it and have a fun scroll through the Cure Arts collab gallery. Scott Kruger is over at the Starlight Digest, and that's an all Star Wars podcast. You can check out their live shows every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube and Facebook. With replays everywhere that you stream your podcasts, it's perfect for any level Star Wars fan, and they're always having fun and engaging conversation over there about the beloved Star Wars franchise, so get in on the action. And David runs The Obsessive Geek on Etsy. It's another great holiday shopping site that's packed full of Cure-related products, including 3D printed recreations of the Cure album covers, and Boys Don't Cry keychain. You got yourself a Fascination Street sign. Sound good? Yep. Tons of high quality and affordable products over at The Obsessive Geek on Etsy. Dana is a freelance animation, illustration, and motion graphics designer, currently open to new projects and commissions, so you can go check out her work at graphics.tv. That's graphics with an X.tv. And Tanya would like to further spread awareness of 988lifeline.org, a suicide and crisis hotline with over 200 crisis call centers located all over the U.S., available 24/7, offering free confidential support for people in distress with numerous prevention and crisis resources. Things are stressful out there, and if you or anyone you know is in need of help, 988lifeline.org is there for you. So please reach out. Lisa recommends you visit Dickens. That's the coolest venue in Calgary, Canada. You can visit Dickens at yyc.com. Get the full scoop on all their upcoming events. And now, of course, that you know Chrissy a little bit better, go check out her podcast with Chaz. It's called James Dobson's Bastard Kids. Each week they take on the wild and wacky evangelical church with thoroughly researched topics and endless chin-scratching discoveries. So new episodes drop weekly over there, and get in on that podcast as well. All right, I hope you guys had a lovely Halloween. Henson says thank you to everyone that complimented his 1983 Love Cats Robert Smith costume. My wife was the true hero there that pulled it off, getting the makeup on perfectly and getting his hair just like the photos in the Love Cats video. So he was super proud of it, and of course I was super proud of him pulling it off with such commitment. Next week, we're going to try to talk about Roger O'Donnell's new solo album, Projections. It's out now, so go stream it. We'll meet back up here in 2 weeks. Share notes. Sound good? All right. Talk hard.